Wait.
We got beef.
What you having for dinner?
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Don't grow old. This is just the warm-ups a 50-year-old has to do to get the knees working again. I always try to get into like an ass to grass position. And then I try to get my knees over my toes, where my toes are flat, my feet are flat. This is as far as I need to go for competition. Damn. Here we go. DBs. What's up, Julian? Ego. So today's program calls for I got 525 pounds for 6 reps, 3 sets. Ugh. I'm getting too old for this crap. What's up, DBs? Alright, we got our first spammer. Yay. We'll do 1 minute. Yeah, I just started, babe. What's up, Angel? Ian's in the house. I just did my first warm-up set. Alright. Alright, let's get number 2 out of the way. Hey babe, check my depth on these. I just want to go with the hip crease just below parallel. How'd that look? Any absent Jarl? You cracked 200? Do you have a cracked egg? We have lots of them. Doesn't count the body needs to touch the floor. I don't know if I could. Just came all over grandma, left a like. Nice. Alright, Straney's asking for eggs. Okay, it's gonna be that kind of stream. Ah, the discourse. What's up, JT? I don't know what it means either, but we fed a bunch of eggs back to the chickens yesterday. I don't know, is it bad when they eat? Because I see them, they eat their eggs sometimes, and I wonder, like, is that okay? I just don't want them to get in the habit of doing it, because, you know, you lose eggs. We're in the middle of building another 24-foot run onto the chicken mansion. It's gonna, by the time we're done with the chicken coop, it's going to be bigger than the house. I used work for a nun, and she fed chicken leftovers to the chickens. Yeah, it's actually good for them to eat leftovers. And it's you know, we don't like wasting food. I would say, sadly, 50% of my diet is eating food that the kids didn't finish and they left on the counter. So I come home to work, there's usually a couple plates of food that's half eaten. And I'm like the chickens, I wind up eating that. Knee sleeves, hard body or SBD. So I train in these SBDs. I've had these for, I don't know, 10 years. But I compete using these Helix. These Helix sleeves are thick. They're super uncomfortable. They're hard to put on. They're stiff, and these will add, I don't know, 10 pounds to your squat, 20 maybe, I don't know. But they're I don't like to train in them because they're such a pain in the ass. They're actually painful to leave on. I would say the SBDs are a good all-around sleeve. I would say I competed in these very sleeves probably 10, 15 times. Can't go wrong with SBDs. They're just good all around. They're not super uncomfortable to wear. They'll add a few pounds to your squat. But the big thing is you can leave them on. You can't leave these on. These will cut off your circulation and your legs will turn purple. Yes, if you wrap tape under your knee sleeves, you will absolutely get banned. That's considered, they would consider using, what's that, the that stretchy tape, the physical therapy tape. That's considered equipped lifting. Yeah, it's totally cheating. Let's see that waddle. Oh, what's up? It's me too, Mario. So glad you're back. Yay. All right. Give me my next set done. Me too, Mario likes to leave comments about the way I move. You know, like I have issues physically, even though he doesn't realize, like I had major back surgery and I had to learn to walk again, and I was in traction for like a year. It's like I actually think that I'm moving pretty well for a 50-year-old that had a broken back, but he likes to give me shit. So thank you for that. I'm always glad to have somebody point out my deficiencies online in front of everybody. That's always fun. What's up, Steven? Yeah, dude, I had my knee completely rebuilt. This one, they had to cut it open and they had to reattach the MCL, the ACL, the patella, and that little tendon that runs down the side. I had a crack in my L5. I had 48 stitches in my back. I lost the use of my right leg, and I had to relearn how to walk again. And then I trained with an imbalance. I had noticeable atrophy in one leg. So I don't know if you guys notice when I squat, I'm a little unbalanced. And I would say through all that, I'm still ranked #1 in the world for 50 at 220, and that's all federations. So, I mean, I think I'm doing okay. But you got me too, Mario, leaving comments saying that I don't move very well and I look like shit. And it's like, okay, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. It's good to have you. Good to have you. Thank you. We got Angel. We got some spammers today. Angel, hello. All right. Mario can't even bench press 135. Yeah, usually when people leave comments like that, it's they're projecting, so they're either weak or they're jealous or whatever it is. They see something they don't like and they like to leave disparaging comments, and it's cool, you know. It's all good. It kind of outs you though, you know. It kind of shows everybody that you know you're weak, because people that are strong don't leave comments like that. You know what I mean? It's funny to be #1 in the world, literally the best of the best, and they hit you with "you suck and are weak." Well, he's more talking about like how rigid I am. It's like you know, I have mobility issues, which is true. I mean, I do. I don't know what to tell you. Like I was pieced back together like Frankenstein. You know, like, and plus I'm 50 years old. It's like, geez, man. Like, what do you want? I think for a 50-year-old, I move pretty good. But I squat like shit. Yeah, so I gotta like be careful when I step out, and you'll see like I got a slight curve in my spine, and I have a little bit of an imbalance on one side, so when the weight comes down, you'll see it lower on one side than the other. Clean my garage out. You know, every time I re-rack my weights, I inch that rack closer to the edge of the garage. And if after a while I can't get over there to put weights in. Crash, what's up? Oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Froggy Goggins. That's a cool name. What number do you think victim weight? I don't know. I guess it depends on what you mean by victim. My max bench is right around 405. Yesterday I was doing bench press and I hit 315 for 8 after I did my working sets. So that puts me right around 405 pounds. Oh, thanks, Crash. Appreciate it. Don't you think that safety's a little low for your height? I don't know. Possibly. I try not to bail on the weight. Can I ask a question on working out? Hell yeah. You remind me of a homosexual personal trainer. Nicholas, I'm a married man. Sorry, buddy. You have to find your love somewhere else. Don't say your age on the internet. Oh, I think that ship's passed. I could do 115 pounds 12 times for bench, but it's fine. I'm doing like 2 reps and pausing for 5 seconds. So you do 2 reps and then you pause for 5 seconds and then you do 2 more up to 12 reps. Is that what I'm getting? Gen X, yeah. Yeah. Well, Christina, I consider you more my training partner. I was asking about the dude who said he was 13. Oh, yeah. So, if you're trolling, let's say, and you're gonna say something disparaging, where somebody might say something messed up back to you, the second you tell me that you're under the age of 18, I'm gonna remove you just because I don't want to get into anything with minors. So that's what any absent Jarl was referring to with saying your age on the internet, and that's more just to protect myself from like channel strikes and that kind of thing. So if you're talking shit and you tell me you're underage, I'm just gonna remove you, and it's nothing personal, you know. Were you ever in the Marines, or you just have that face? Oh, you guys, do you see like the title of my channel when you guys go on the video, or does it just pop up and you just click on it? Yeah, auto ban minors. Well, I kind of have to, because you can get in a lot of trouble if you get reported. You know. Is it okay if I pause in between, or are the reps supposed to be continuous? Well, here's the deal. You can do both. There's value in doing both. So a lot of my training is I take one training set to failure. I do an AMRAP. And then on volume days, you know, I'm obviously doing sets of whatever. But what you're doing is I would consider that closer to being timed sets. So a lot of times when I'm conditioning, I'll set a timer and I'll pick a weight and I'll go, we'll do as many reps as we can in that allotted amount of time. And once you get to the point where you can't continue, sometimes you'll hold it and rest for 15 seconds and then keep going. So that's really, really similar to that style of workout. The question I would ask is, are you getting the results that you want from it? Because if not, I would try mixing it up a little. At that weight, I think you would be better served if you took a set to failure and then every week tried to add a little bit of weight to that. I think that you'll get a lot more mileage out of it. How deep should I go in the squat? I can't go really, really deep. A lot of people are limited by knee and ankle mobility. Eggles. So, something you should shoot for is try to go at least slightly below parallel, so the crease of your hips, try to get that just below your knees. Now, if you're just trying to like build your legs, you really don't need to go ass to grass. Parallel squats will suffice just fine for building your legs up. But if you're trying to gain mobility, I would recommend like compartmentalizing. So heavy squats for building muscle, and then maybe doing body weight or kettlebell or some kind of like single leg lift where you're purposely trying to extend your range of motion, and that's how I do it. I can't go ass to grass. I'm limited with both my knee and my ankles. I can get pretty close though, but that's not something I'm going to work on while I'm doing heavy squatting. I'm going to work on that with like a kettlebell or body weight. Well, now if you know the stereotype is true, what did I miss here? Sewer rat. I think I like this guy, but I don't know why. Well, you got a cool name there, the sewer rat, Zach Rhines kidnapped. My effing bad dude. I was just scrolling, didn't realize you were actually in the Marines. Thanks, Buck. No, I was genuinely curious. I don't know what you guys see when the video pops up. I don't know if you just see me sitting here like an idiot, or if it actually shows like the title or whatever. How long have you been doing Muay Thai? A little over a month. I was doing boxing before that. I did boxing for with a professional trainer for about 6 months. And then we've been training for a couple of years, but yeah, strictly Muay Thai. I've been doing that just I want to say about 6 weeks now. I'm starting to get okay at it. Got to do sparring on Thursday. Thanks, Nicholas. I appreciate that. Gooning or edging? I'm not sure what that means, Maddox, but I'm assuming it means playing with your wee-wee. I'm just going to tell you, like, moderation. Noah S. Yeah, I'm going to be working up to, today I'm working up to 525 for sets. What is my max leg press? I really don't know. I don't really use the leg press machine because I'm a powerlifter, and the leg press doesn't really carry over to the squat. And you would think it would, because you could put 1,000 pounds on a leg press, and you'd think that would carry over to squatting, but it doesn't, because it doesn't work your core, and that's usually the weak link in the chain for most lifters. So it's not that the leg press doesn't help. It's a matter of like prioritizing because of time limitations. And the sled is just something you like. If I'm going to eliminate something, I'm going to get rid of that. One thing I really like, if you have it at the gym, is the belt squat. I really like that machine a lot. The hack squat's good too. You can get a lot of work done with a hack squat machine. The guy from Broward County, a gangster, your band don't come back. Uh-oh, what'd he say? Oh yeah. What is he saying? Punch and kick. I want to punch. Okay. Okay, so you guys banned him. Started a new workout routine for MMA. What did you start, Asura? What's up, Noah? Well, good squat means you have good leg press. Well, yeah, and I know if I did leg press, I could definitely put at least 1,600 pounds on there. I've just never maxed it out. I don't know what my max is. Yeah, he keeps saying 7-year-old girl over and over again. Yeah, did you know the Marine Corps still has a mule packing course? I heard about that. What is that? The mountain training? What do they do that up in Norfolk, Virginia? Would you rather pee a golf ball or poop a watermelon? I'm gonna go with shit in a watermelon. If I had to choose. Favorite squat accessories? More squats. So, obviously I do a ton of barbell squatting. I use this. I use the camber bar, which moves the center gravity forward. I do front squats. And they're all squat variations. For accessory work, believe it or not, I like the trap bar deadlift because that carries over to the squat very nicely depending on how you set your feet up. And then I do a lot of sissy squats and like split squats, like one-legged stuff with kettlebells. But that's more like for, getting the adductors and the abductors some training. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, no, I'm going to try to break some records on March 15th. I'm going to go for the USPA national records for a 50-year-old 220 weight class. I'm definitely going to get I'll get the Nevada state records easily because I have them. And then I'll get the national total for sure. How much does it dematerialize first? Because you can eat a whole watermelon in a day. Yeah. What's up, Gavin? NYC Diesel. Thank you, brother. Bob, I remember you, Bob. You keep asking me that. I see you, brother. I'm glad you're back. Investing in your body, I see. Yeah, sometimes I wonder, Jones. Sometimes I wonder, because I'm 4 weeks away from competition, and I've been grinding really, really hard. And this is the part where my body starts breaking down because I'm pushing so hard. I got 3 more weeks of training, and they're brutal. And then I'll take almost 2 weeks off for the competition. But normally when I get to this point, I start really kind of thinking about, like, what am I doing this for? Like, why are you killing yourself? Like right now, like when I wake up, everything's pain. I'm sore. It just sucks. I hate this part. But I know if I just push and just do the program as prescribed, I'm going to kill the records. So it's like I have that anvil hanging over my head that's just like, keep going, dude. You got this. And then I got this other guy saying, dude, you're done. Just like, fight. Just drop out of the meet. You had a good run, You won some awards. You competed at Worlds a few times. It's like you had the #1 ranking a couple years in a row. It's like, what do you need to keep going for? And there's that other part of me is like, because you didn't get the records. You didn't get them. How long do I rest, Maddox? Generally speaking, if I'm going heavy, a minimum of 6 minutes. I shouldn't go really longer than 10. You don't want to go for world record on deadlift. Well, yeah, but no, they go by weight classes, Blanca. You know what I mean? So that record is, who has that? It's not Eddie, it's Thor. Thor's got the world record, right? But he's in the unlimited weight class, which is, I think, 270 and above. And those guys get up, 400 pounds? So obviously a 220-pound-year-old man is not going to be able to lift what a 400-pound man can. So there's a mathematical formula they use called DOTS. And like John Hack and Ed Cohn are largely considered the best powerlifters of all time. But they don't have anywhere close to the highest total lifts. But they have the highest total lift relative to their weight. So at the 220 weight class, John Hack had a 900-something pound deadlift. Which one's more impressive? Eddie Hall doing almost 1,100, or John Hack doing 930 or 40 or whatever it was at 220 pounds? But like you put them side by side, it's like, damn. So yeah, the records go by weight class, and then of course once you get over the age of 40, you're considered a master's lifter. So you get a modifier for age as well, because a 50-year-old man is just not going to lift what a 30-year-old man is going to lift. It's just not going to happen. Right now, I have with the age modifier, I have a dot score of 510 points, which anything over 400 is considered, elite. You get over 450 and you're competing at Worlds on the world stage. You're like ranked top 10. Anything over 500 is considered international elite. So it's like for pound with my age, I do believe that I am the strongest Marine that's powerlifting. based on that, on the scoring system. I mean, you go by total weight, not even close. Eddie Hall had steel clips on. Didn't one of them use an elephant bar? Hey, Nodak's in the house. 2 pounds over Eddie Hall, and his dad weighed the plates. I think, well, who wasn't? Wasn't the guy that was judging that? Wasn't it the Van? What was his name? The world famous strongman was judging that lift. It looked like it was pretty official. They had 3 judges. All right. And then strongmen have different rules than powerlifters too. So strongmen, you can use straps. They can wear deadlift suits. Whereas in powerlifting, you're not allowed to use straps. The bars are different. There's a lot of things that the reason why you'll never see a powerlifting deadlift as high as a strongman deadlift is because of the advantages they're allowed to use. Let's see here. Eddie Hall's max deadlift on a scientific machine was 1,600 pounds. I believe that. The way I train, I always wake up sore, and I think there's one day I woke up. You were disappointed. Eddie Hall had the steel clips on. When we use a kabuki bar, and the collars are weighed, so the collars actually weigh, I think, 2.5 kilograms. So they're part of the calculation when they do the weight totaling. Double the size, half the age, that would be an impossible competition. Yeah, right? That's all fake beef for views anyways. I feel they sold out a boxing match over it. Yeah, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Eddie had hurt himself so he could only fight southpaw. What's up, Currency? Did you do the helicopter rope suspension technique school, HRST? No, I never got to do that, Steven. I was artillery. We didn't have fun like that. Eddie Hall is currently 370 pounds and only 30 pounds of fat. Dude, he's looking pretty mean. I'm doing okay. Eddie calls. That's I don't know what Eddie's current stats are, but I know that he's been training in Vegas a lot at the UFC Fight Center here off the 215, and he's looking like, the last couple times I've seen him, he looks like he's pretty in shape. I don't know what his weight is. You saw his test results on a DEXA scan. I did I don't know what that machine is, but at EOS Fitness, they have this scale you stand on, and it's got electrodes. You put your hands on it and your feet, and then it does some sort of measuring with electrical currency. And according to that machine, I was 11% body fat. So I have no idea how accurate those things are. I am pretty lean. It wouldn't surprise me if I was probably like 12 or 13. Those felt good. Yeah, honestly I don't know how accurate DEX scans are, but I mean there's not a better way to really measure it. Why do I not stand slightly off center? Mostly stability, and even though it is uneven, like I'm so used to it, like it doesn't feel off to me. And it is like it's legal in competition, so it's a little unnerving to see a guy with a 630-pound squat and it's tilted sideways. You've been here for hours already. Yaml Young Millionaire. How much is on the bar right now? I think that's 475, 485. Let me see. 405. 475. Well, my PR would be 690. I don't know if I'll get that. That probably. I'm probably good for like 660 maybe. Eddie's Hall lift was 2.55 times body weight, meaning you at 220. 2.55 your body weight is 561, so technically the guy in your blocking lifts is more than Eddie Hall. Yeah, so I squat in competition. Last year my best squat was 620 and I weighed 218. I drank half a gallon of liquid IV today. That's good, but don't overdo it because the magnesium will make you have the my 1 rep PR is only 455. Only? That's an outstanding lift. Nothing only about that. 455 is legitimate. I don't care what anybody says. Like, dude, we're competitive powerlifters. I've been training for 10 years, and it's like I'm at the top of my sport for my age. 455 is a good lift. Yeah, there's nothing only about that. That is an outstanding lift. And I guarantee you, when you walk into any gym and you put 455 on the bar, you probably have the highest squat in that gym. Can you show us a chicken? If my daughter's paying attention to the stream, she'll bring a chicken to me. You said leg sleeves will add 10 to 15 pounds to your squat. Yes, the right ones will. So these are... they're inside out right now, but these are Helix. Let me see. These are so thick, they're hard to turn inside out. Ugh, I gotta work on them to put them the right way. And these suck. They're uncomfortable, they hurt. I hate them. But they're awesome. It's like, I don't know, it's hard to describe. How can you love something that you hate so much? I hate them so much I won't train in them, even though they're better. I can't turn them inside out, for fuck's sake. Here we go. So this is a brand, and I researched all the brands on the internet. And I found this is a small company. They make these sleeves the same style as the SBDs. Oh, you were watching. This is one of my favorite. This is a...
Mom's watching, but I was in her room.
Okay, girl. Okay. You sweetheart. Okay.
I wasn't watching. Mom was watching, but I was in her room.
Okay, sweetie. This is a silky. It's a Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Fluffy chicken.
Yeah.
Chicken with no feathers, but fluff.
And she was probably sleeping, and she didn't want to come outside over here and be held by this goofy guy. You little fluffy.
Fluffy chicken.
Fluffy chicken lays little tiny eggs.
I stole chicken from the little area that they sleep in.
Her and her sister, they all sleep together, and it just looks like this little...
They also sleep together.
This little black pillow.
They also sleep with Zara sometimes, because, yeah.
Oh, Bad Body's in the house. I didn't see him. What's up, man? Is it possible to boof creatine and get the same benefits? I couldn't tell you, Toyo, but I'll tell you what. You could be our guinea pig. Why don't you do it and let us know how it works out? Yeah, we have a lot of chickens. Yeah, you're a freshman. Nice. Good to see you, brother. How's it been going? Man, I've been a bad friend. I haven't been making the rounds. I gotta get on there and start commenting, show some love. I gotta do my core and get the hell out of here already. Hell yeah, brother. I hope to see you again. I got a little ways to go. This is my last warm-up set, and then I'm gonna get to my working sets. I gotta do 3 sets of 6. I can add creatine to lotion and absorb it that way. You know, there's what did Blade say? There's always some motherfucker that's trying to ice skate uphill. I don't take creatine, but take protein powder. Creatine's like it's one of those things where it works. You know, it'll give you extra energy, and it usually add a little bit of size because of the water retention. Do you think protein powder will work the same for women lifting? I'm new to calisthenics, trying to build a physique. My friend was saying about creatine too. You got to really think of protein as just food. Protein powder is food. That's it. The only thing about it is it's processed, so it's, you know, you get a better absorption. Supposedly, I hardly take protein. I just eat mostly, you know, identifiable foods, eggs, you know, meat. There's nothing wrong with protein. It's a great meal replacement if you're in a hurry. But as far as like being on a regiment, it's why, you know, to me, it's just a waste of money. You could better, like, think of the money you spend on like really expensive, good whey protein and what you could buy. You could buy eggs. You could buy some ham. You get you a skillet and some tortillas, add a little bit of green sauce to that, and man, you got a breakfast. Or you could have a protein drink, like, you know, maybe throw some home fries on there, some hash browns. Hell yeah, man. You get 3 of those. You get a whole week's worth of that for the same price. You get a big old bucket of expensive protein powder. I'm trying to get more protein because I don't eat meat. Well, okay, that's something to consider. My wife uses a vegetarian protein powder that she likes a lot. As a matter of fact, she just commented. Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with protein powders. I'm just saying you don't need them. They're unnecessary. Hey, Sergeant Scopes, what's up? Semper Fi. Do you take the CLS Combat Lifesaver course? Oh, I did. So that's where you're the assistant to doc. You had to give each other IVs. As a matter of fact, I've kept up on that, and I'm actually I'm part of the EMS for construction emergency response, and you know, I can administer first aid. I can do a lot of stuff before I have to, like in absence of an actual like an EMT or a health professional. If somebody gets injured and, like, say you're on a job site and it's going to take, you know, an ambulance 30 minutes to get there, I can do pretty much everything up to putting stitches in. Even then, we use butterflies and stuff like that. See you later, Bean. Nodak, what's up? Semper Fi, there's a real Marine in the house. Where I live, protein powder is $30 for 18 servings. Eggs are $7 for 12. You know, I do take for granted the price of eggs because I have chickens. So for that, I apologize. But generally, I mean, until recently, eggs were not that expensive, and I don't expect that they'll stay that way forever. Right now, I guess we're sitting on a gold mine. We got lots of eggs. All right, I'm only gonna do this for a double because I'm gonna go right up to 500 and let me see here. 525. All right. Assalamu alaikum. What's up, Khalik? Arfi. How you doing? Roman, Trump will take care of the grocery prices. Me being like a libertarian, borderline anarchist in principle, I'm really against price controls. I always say the market should dictate the prices, supply and demand. Like, you don't want to get the government involved in that, because the prices uh, determine value, but they also inform production. You know, like if the price goes up and the availability of something goes down, the market knows to correct itself by manufacturing more of that product, right? So now you're going to flood the market with that product. The prices will come down. That tells the market to back off until you got an equilibrium. And then, you know, companies compete and prices will settle. Generally, you'll get like, you get competition that way. If the government comes in and mandates pricing, you take that mechanism out of it. And while it might make things in the grocery store immediately cheaper, it hurts things in the long run. And generally speaking, those price controls don't work. I mean, that's some socialist Soviet Union shit, and it's a bad idea. I can understand, like, him being a populist. I can understand why he'd want to do that, because that's, you know, I don't know. I'm a big Trump fan. I love what he's doing. I just anytime I hear price control, it just immediately sends red flags up, because that's just bad. That's a bad deal. Yeah, Nodak, you have to say 100%. Unless you have the time to care for them. Yeah, right. Military teaches you some useful shit if more people joined. I think everybody should do a couple years in the military. You know, if just nothing else, go see the fucking world. Where else are you going to get the opportunity? You know, a lot of people, like, I've done a ton of traveling. I've been around the world twice, and none of it on my dime, and I haven't been able to do it since. I mean, it does come with some bullshit. But nonetheless, I have some really great memories. Workout's good so far. The feed alone is more expensive than eggs. Yeah, but we're kind of learning that too. We just learned that we can start fermenting the. I think if we tried to do that, I think the cost of our feed will go down. But you see, the thing is, the chickens are fun. They're just fun, man. You go in the backyard, and they all come running up, and they all have little personalities, and it's like watching a soap opera. You sit up there and watch how the roosters interact with the hens, and how everybody just like they have these little chicken cliques, and you know, the Jets versus the Sharks, and Roman, thank you. I appreciate that. I try to be. What's your view on Vice President Trump? Vice President Trump? What do we got here? A robot or someone from out of the country? I'm not sure I understand like what the dig is. Is the dig that they like the media's pushing that Elon is actually in charge and that Vice President Trump, is that the dig? Was JD a Marine? I did not know that. Man, really? So why would you call him Vice President Trump? Wing hero. You have a problem with blood pressure? No, I got a blood pressure monitor. I check it every morning. Where is it? It's usually about 120/70. I must have brought it in the house. When I'm doing squats, it's elevated. It goes usually, like the last time I checked after I did a squat session, when you're doing like heavy deadlifts, it'll spike up to like 150/90 for a few minutes. Which is really high, but that's normal because you're exerting so much pressure. And then like my normal heart rate while I'm working out is usually like in the 130s between 70 and 80. But no, my blood pressure is really good, especially for my age at 50. I'm in like what do they say, like the 0.05 percentile for men my age as far as like
cardiovascular health.
But why would you ask that? Alakaban, Alba Leakin. How much time do you take between sets? Usually at least 6 minutes, usually about 10. I really like Steven. I like JD so far. I like everything that guy said. Shit ton of breasts. Roman, thank you. Are you talking about, yeah, he is a Chad. Can I build muscle without taking protein powder? 100% absolutely, Arthur. Yes, I'm 50 years old. I know, man. That's probably why you think I have a blood pressure issue, because I look like Popeye. Like, wow, this guy's like, look at his face. What the hell's wrong with him? Oh, he's old. You look 60. Thank you. I appreciate that. Aw, you're too kind. All right. Let me get after. Look at that leg shaking. You guys leave some weird comments. Imagine you're sitting on the toilet just scrolling through and you're like, hey, how can I fuck this guy's day up? Well, you're in the right place. All right. So 475, 85, 95. Just do this. Marine doing math. Based on that last set, this is gonna suck. All right. I came off protein powder and made me shit myself. Damn. Thanks, Roman. Loggy, let doggy dog. You know, if I do look younger, it's the lighting, trust me. Sullivan, it was a private joker. Sullivan, what did Sullivan say? Sorry if I missed a few comments. Dustin, yep, that I do. Just kidding, sir. You look phenomenal. No, you're good. You're cool, Wing Wing. We don't mind. I like it when people joke around, as long as it's not malicious. You know what I mean? You know, if you like say something about like kids or something like that, we don't care. You joke around. You're in the right place. David, bro, keep up the hard work. Social media is toxic. Yeah, I tell you, it is an interesting thing trying to live stream, because it's like on one hand you got your group, you guys that are ride or die. They come with you and they're with you for the ride, and then you got the people that are genuinely interested in lifting and they want to learn something. But then you got like me after work shitting on the toilet scrolling through, and I'm just like, huh. I'm gonna say some Why? You look like someone tried to put out a forest fire in your face with a screwdriver. You know, like, oh, okay. Hey, man, why are you so fucking ugly? I don't know. I was born this way, I guess. Good times. Do you watch Joe Rogan? Yeah, I do. Yeah. Thanks, Dustin. How are you doing tonight, cutie? Crooked. Doing okay. Oh, thank you. That kind of scares me. They're like, hey, get in there real deep, like, boy. I'm going to learn you about love. Yeah. How long after protein powder expires would you say it's safe to consume? I didn't even know it expired. Shit, man, I'm going to have to check the dates. I've had some tubs in there that are like 3 years old. Thought they were fine. I like to make ice cream out of them. Every once in a while, what I'll do is I have an ice cream maker, and I'll get the ingredients, get the heavy whipping cream and all that stuff, and then I'll pour like a good flavor of protein powder in there, and I'll make protein ice cream. And my wife doesn't really care for it, but it's good for you. Booty shorts. You know what's funny? These are USPA, United States Powerlifting Association, and they're a little long for my tastes. I actually prefer the Marine Corps Silkies, a little bit shorter, and then they got the little underwear thing built into them, so it keeps the tenders right where they're supposed to be. Like 2 years. Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know it expired. I'm gonna have to look now. Usually 12 to 19 months on the label, but dude, no, I don't know, Blanca. I really don't. I hadn't even considered it because it's like I don't really make protein drinks, but sometimes just like I'll be like hungry and I'm like I don't know what to eat, and I'll just make a shake, throw some some blueberries, strawberries in there, whatever. And it's been sitting there. Didn't even occur to me that it would expire. Protein ice cream just sounds like I'd shit my pants. Yeah, well, I see. Ice cream is my weak spot. You know, if I had one thing where, like, I'd say that it messes my diet up more than anything else, it's the tub of ice cream at 2 in the morning. B-Rads, what's up, man? You got Defu Moreno. How do I get my biceps bigger if genetically they are not big looking? Yeah, you know, it's really cliche and easy to say, do more curls, get the range of motion, make sure you're stretching the arms out and get the whole whatever. But I'm not really an arms isolation guy. I really think like to get bigger arms, you really got to attack what makes them look big. The biceps are really not that big of a muscle group, and you can get them huge, but then your arm's going to look disproportionate. So I would say, if anything, make sure you're hitting your shoulders and your triceps a lot. You want to, because that's what's going to make your arms look big, especially when you're wearing a t-shirt. You didn't mean to sound creepy. You're cool, dude. No, you're cool. We welcome the discourse. Protein, like, I don't mind chopping it up. Yesterday I had a bad stream. I wasn't in a good mood and I wasn't feeling very well. And I had some trolls that were like, they weren't being funny. They were just like picking at like my physical deficiencies, like things I can't control, like the way I walk because I injured my back, or I have a little bit of a limp because my knee got rebuilt. And they were picking at stuff like that, and I was just like, fuck all y'all. Like, I don't even care anymore. I hate all of you. But normally we try to have fun, you know what I mean? Like, people throw comments at me and we'll just play around a little, and it's supposed to be a good laugh for everybody. That's the intention of it. Almost at 7,000 subscribers. Almost. So if you guys like this kind of content, you like chopping it up with some old weirdo in his garage, stick around, man. There's going to be more. I'm going to be competing here in 4 weeks. Going for national records, baby. Ice cream does a number on my figure, too. That, and I recently tore my ACL in judo, so I'm limited in leg workouts. Now, is it a full tear or partial? I want to call you Doggy. You should tell them they can make money off you once they serve. What do you? I'm not sure I understand what you mean. They can make money off you once they serve. Um, hey, Bob's in the house. Bobby and I, we were training partners for 3 years. Together, him and I put 300 pounds on my total. You just got one more, bro. Thanks, Cricket. I appreciate that. Oh, you said full tear? Did you gonna get an MRI done? I've had a torn ACL. You can survive without it. You can, if you just plan on walking and running. You can actually build your quads up, and you can get your knee strong enough to support it doing most things. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if you don't get surgery and it's a full tear, you're done with sports. So I hope you get that fixed. I really sincerely do. And it's a pretty routine surgery. It used to be a career ender. Back in the 80s, man, you tear an ACL, you're done. But now it's routine surgery. They just go in there, scope it right out, bam. They'll take a slice out of your patella and they'll turn it into a tendon, and they'll screw that, so they'll drill in, they'll screw it in and put it in place, and it's in and out in a couple hours. Rehab's usually 6 months to a year to get full, capabilities back. I would say 4 months to return to training. But if you have a full tear, man, I sincerely hope you get that fixed. If you're not able to get it fixed, though, there are things you can do to strengthen the leg. But so you are getting surgery in 2 weeks. Outstanding. Well, I'm here for you, man. That's one thing that we have a lot of experience. My wife and I. As a matter of fact, she just had hip surgery, and she's rehabbing right as we speak right now. And we do a lot of physical therapy. I've had my knee completely rebuilt. I had surgery on it twice. So I will absolutely be available for you if you want to help with rehabilitation. When somebody gets injured, it's kind of all kidding aside, and I do try to be serious. Autocorrect, make fun of you once they serve as a Marine. I'm glad you're getting surgery, though. You do very good sport. It's important in which religion you trust. I'm a Christian. I would say I'm still I study theology, so I have the Quran. I've got a couple copies of the Bible. I have the Book of Mormon. I have a lot of books, and for me, the one that's been the most impactful every time I've had a problem and I've looked to Scripture to solve it, the Bible has never steered me wrong. But I'm still very much a student, so that's something. My faith is something I'm working on. What's your max squat? Most ever, 685 pounds. Currently, I think I'm good for about 650, 660. Absolutely, Morgan. Did you say you have? I feel like it's half a question. Yeah, I got. I don't think it was quite 628, Bob. I got to do the kilogram math. I think it was right around, but it was right around 620. I got in competition. Did you say you had a knee replacement? No. So what? My injury, my knee went sideways and it popped the ACL, the MCL, the patella, and that little tendon that runs. I don't know what this one's called. So they had to go in there and they had to reattach all that shit. And it sucked. I didn't, where the Marines fucked me over is they gave me a month of convalescent leave. So after I got surgery, I got a month off. But they don't get you into physical therapy. You're just at home in a leg immobilizer. And at the time, they just gave you a bottle of opiates. So it was a month. I was high as a kite. I was watching the Lakers. It was playoffs. It was Shaq and Kobe. Anyway, so I'm just sitting at home high as a kite, watching TV, just having a good old time. Where I should have been doing physical therapy. So when I went in to start my physical therapy after I had my month of convalescent leave off, the first thing they had to do was force my knee into getting straight. So they strapped my leg on a table and literally wrenched my knee down, and it was excruciating. It was horrible. And that's something you don't have to do if you, once you get done with your surgery, you just do the little basic movements that they tell you to do. And they're going to be super, super limited and simple movements at first because you don't want to re-tear anything. But do them. Make sure you're doing them. Get that leg as straight as you possibly can. That above anything else, that's going to be the number one mission, is to get your range of motion back. And then they'll work in the other way, and that takes, that could take 6 months. It could take 6 weeks, depending on, how you respond to it. The Bible says you should be a devout Christian, but also look into other religions for perspectives. I don't really want to get into a religious conversation, but I would agree with sentiment. It does say to investigate, but yeah, I don't. Let's not turn this into that. How often do you deload? Typically every 4 weeks, but this is a 6-week program, so it's I'll be deloading a week before competition, which is on March 15th. Eddie Hall was 500 pounds world record. He got the world deadlift record, which I think was like around 1,100 pounds, but I don't think he was quite that heavy. He only tore it, yeah. So, but the ACL, that's enough. Like, yeah, my knee surgeries, that sucked. But I got really intimate with physical therapy. What's up, Joker? If you want to convert kilograms with decently accurate numbers, multiply by 2.2 and then add 10. Yeah, that works. But you know how like they got those lifts where it's like 105 kilograms, but in pounds it's like 235.6 or something like that. It's like, I don't know. Like I might be off a hair in either direction. Like I've had lifts that were higher in total pounds that I said were lower, and I've had lifts where I added weight when it was a few pounds less. So I'm like, I don't know. Wasn't trying to start anything religious or make conflicts, just wanted to share. No, it's cool. Like, I actually like talking about that stuff. I just, I'm training for competition, and I got to stay focused. I don't want to go too far down a rabbit hole. You know what I mean? I mean, that's something I could talk about for hours. How many reps does it say to do here? Let me look at my instructions. So, warm-up set, 525, 4 to 6. What do I do if I don't get 6? I have to get at least 4, no more than 6. So let's go to, what does it say? MR max reps, MR10 max reps, but no more than 10. Let's see. If you ever fail the required rep, reduce your max by 2.5%. But is it a required rep if it says between 4 and 6? If I get 4, but not 6, you know what I'm saying? Like, would I lower the weight? I don't think I would. But 6 is no more than 6, no less than 4. 525 pounds for 3 sets. Let me get my head right here, people. Let me run to the bathroom real quick. All right, all right. All right. Here we go. Oh, incidentally, for any of you guys that are trying to diet and maybe have a problem with soda, this is a sweetened black cherry sparkling water, and it has 0 calories. It's artificially sweetened. Not bad. It's not as sweet as soda. It's just like flavored, but this is a good replacement. It's got carbonation, so if you guys struggle with sodas, you can cut out a couple 100 calories out of your day just by switching to then we can talk about like the artificial sweeteners, but for people that are struggling with diet, it's like kind of a lesser of two evils kind of thing. I'm stalling. All right. You want to make sure your belt's on right, because when you have that much weight on your back, if the belt's under the ribs and it cuts in, that's a very, very painful place to be with that much weight on your back. We're kind of your downfall training streams where we distract you so much. Yeah, no, it's not too bad. 525 is on the bar. You guys get to see the good and the bad, though. You know, a lot of times when I was doing videos, I would show my clips of my best lifts. You don't get to see, like, me screwing sets up or bailing on, you know. This way you get to see the good and the bad. Oh, shit. Phew. One down. 2 to go. Why am I doing this to myself? Okay. There's only one way to break records. You gotta lift. Actually, the hoodie had just a little bit of cushioning. It's gonna be 85 squatting 400. Man, I hope so. We do have Dan Martin. He's 86, and he only trains once a year for like 2 months. And he's 165 pounds, and he still deadlifts like 450, and he squats 405. But it's like, you know, damn. Deadlifts or squats, what's harder? It really depends. So I go through these phases where my body's just right for a lift. Like, I mean, I'm killing it on the deadlift, but maybe my bench suffering, you know, something's off. Or, you know, squats are just, like, I do tons of squats. I hate squats, so that's why I do so many of them. And they're moving really well. And I go through these groove phases where like deadlifts are just effortless, and then sometimes, you know, I don't know. It's just like right now, I'd say deadlift's probably my best lift right now. Yeah. So squats are harder just because you have to walk it out, and above 500 pounds, it's not the easiest thing in the world to get your feet set. Then you got to go all the way down, then you got to go back up again, and then you got to rack the sucker. So it's like it's a never-ending lift. Where deadlifts, you just pick it up, up, down. Either get it or you don't. I work as a surgical tech, so I get to work with the doc who's going to be doing my ACL. Nice. He does slightly wig me out to know what tools he's going to be using on me. Yeah, Christina and I were watching videos of her surgery, and I was amazed that they had this like big hilty drill just sticking out of her thigh and just sitting there. Liam, what's up? How tall am I? I'm 5'9". I think I might be getting shorter though. You should check out Eddie Hall's workout vids with Martin Ford, where he forces Eddie to go to absolute failure. I will check that out. I like watching him train. I think Eddie's a pretty cool dude. Oh man. Is powerlifting safe? As anything, like compared to what? Powerlifting can be, people have died. People have died powerlifting. People have gotten crippled. They become paraplegic. I'm sure there's probably been more than a handful of grievous neck injuries from dropping a barbell. Most incidents happen in training because of poor setup. And bad form. I mean, you've seen tons of lifters, and they just look like wow. If you have perfect form, and you train, and you learn how to bail on the weights, like I know what I'm going to do if I can't squat. I'm going to bring it all the way down, and I'm going to lean it into the rack, and I'm going to let the safeties catch it. I probably should set the safeties a little bit higher now that you mention it. But I mean, I've practiced what I'm going to do, so I think that for the most part, you try to mitigate the risk out of it as much as possible using proper form and technique and resting when you should, and things of that nature. But no, it's not safe. I wouldn't say it's dangerous either, though. I mean, like compared to what, like Olympic lifting, CrossFit. I mean, there's guys that they ride motorcycles for fun. How is that safe? Like, is anything really safe? You can't, I don't know. I just I would say don't let fear hold you back from trying things out. But yeah, it can be very dangerous for sure. I won't even have my kids in the garage when I'm squatting, because what if I drop the weights? That will absolutely kill my daughter if that landed on her. So, I get really serious about not having the little ones around when I'm, doing stupid stuff. See you, Clove. I'm glad you hung with us. Kenny G, do you suggest I take creatine? Yeah, absolutely. Can you show us how to bail a squat? Not at this weight, but maybe when I'm done with my sets, I'll show you guys. It is a technique. It's absolutely a technique. I don't know if you've seen the videos where the guy broke his neck because he didn't have a proper spotter. And if he would have been squatting inside of the rack, that wouldn't have happened. Eating 6 whole eggs is that's half a meal, Ian. You get 12 of them. Neum, I have some mobility issues on my left knee. What should I do? 6'4". I would do a lot of body weight. Are you familiar with the knees over toes guy? One of the things I work on when I'm not doing heavy lifting is mobility. I spend a lot of time doing things like Jefferson curls or, split squats with my knees as far over the toes as possible. I do a lot of work on the ground where I'll purposely get ass to grass and then put my weight over my feet to try to work my ankle mobility. There's a lot of that, a lot of physical therapy stuff. And I have a playlist on my page dedicated to physical therapy. You guys should check it out. There's a lot of good stuff in there. I would say 80% of the lifting that we do is physical therapy lifting. But what I would need to do with you, Niam, is I would need to kind of talk to you one-on-one and see like a video, or I'd have to kind of look at what your impingements are, or what is it specifically you're having problem with, so that way I can prescribe movements that you could do to help mitigate that. But one of the things I advocate everybody should be doing, even whether they heavy lift or not, is some kind of mobility work, like yoga. I mean, my wife and I do yoga. She's really good. I'm kind of, I do the movements, but you should move your safety up about 2 inches. Yeah, no, you're right. So where I would normally have them is, so this is where you bail, and this is where I have them set. So the problem is you don't want them too high. And the reason why is if you come down and you bail and you miss the safeties, it's all bad. So a lot of guys will set the safeties up to where they're just below the barbell, and that's too low, or too high rather. You want to have them enough so you can, like, if you're really bailing forward, you want to make sure you catch them. Hinge and single leg squat form, slight elevation, joker. Yes. Yeah. We do a lot of that. I mean, you've seen me. I do like the stiff leg deadlifts with the blocks so I can touch my toes with the barbell. I do like the, what do you call them? Zercher good mornings. We do seated good mornings. We do split squats, Jefferson curls. But you squat too deep for them to be that low. Yeah, it makes me nervous though when they're too high. I had an incident where I did bail, but I missed one of the hooks and it rolled forward and it just roughed the back of my neck up really bad. And after I was looking at it, I caught it on video and I was like, damn, dude. Like, all right, let's say about 2 more minutes here and I'm going to do my second set. Jasper, what's up? I would say that 5th rep was an RPE 8. Did you learn any martial arts in the Marines? Yeah. We started out with the line system, and then towards the second half of my enlistment, they introduced McMAPS, which is a Marine Corps martial arts program, which is if I had to compare it to a system, it would probably be like Sambo. It's got striking, grappling, takedowns. It's got a little bit of everything. It's actually a pretty good martial arts system. They do compete. Yeah, hell yeah. I'm getting a tiny little bit stronger every day, like a sliver. But as long as you're moving in that direction, it's all good. I say, if you PR 1 pound, it's still a PR. You know what I mean? So yeah, we do Muay Thai 3 nights a week here in Vegas at One Kicks. It's Nick Blomgren. He's a K1 champion. I think he's got a couple of jiu-jitsu belts. He has a school out here, and oh shit, they were supposed to. They had fights this weekend, and we were invited to go watch them. I totally forgot about them. That sucks. That was Saturday night at 6 o'clock. Ooh. The first time I squatted, I went too high on my neck and gave myself a bar tattoo. Yeah. Yep. That'll happen. I have a problem with high bar squatting. I think they're awesome for you. They are great. High bar squatting will, especially if you're a power lifter and you do low bar squats, high bar will blow those numbers up. Do you still practice combat? Yeah, we do Muay Thai training 3 nights a week. I got my heavy bags right there. Yeah, the question is, am I any good? Yeah, the kids train too. Everybody, the whole family does. Okay. Second set. Come on, baby, we got this. I'm actually going to set up with my feet just a hair closer than I did that last set. I think I was just a little bit too wide. Do you use smelling salts? I really don't know. So what does the smelling salts do? They can activate your fight or flight, your sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight give you like a little bit of an adrenaline rush. So the problem is one time my buddy Steve, he had a brand new bottle of smelling salts, and he takes a whiff and he's all, rah, and then he goes, "You try it." And I was like, I put my nose too close to it and took a snoot, and it burned my nose. My face was on fire, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is horrible!" And it was snot everywhere. I'm like, why would you do this to yourself? Like, this is terrible. And ever since then, I've never used them. But I do understand from like a biomechanical standpoint what it is that you're trying to accomplish when you use the smelling salts. It's just a way to get yourself amped up. But you can tap into that fight or flight response without them if you train yourself. And a lot of guys will get mad, try to think of something, get angry. For me, I can just kind of turn it on. I don't need to get mad at anything. I actually have a hard time getting mad at stuff when I'm trying to. Technically boost strength for short amount of time because of adrenal glands. Yeah, you said it better than me. How do you get the veins? I would say that's body fat. So there's 2 types of vascularity, especially with older guys. There's the veins that are supposed to be there. If you look at like an anatomy book, that vein is supposed to be there. That's right where it's supposed to be. When you see those big squiggly ones that these big ass lifters have on them that they think look so cool, those are actually varicose veins, and that's from high blood pressure forcing those veins up to the skin. That's bad. So if you start getting those, you need to start looking at what you're doing physically, because that's a sign of like that's not a good sign. That's not good to have. So it's cool if you can see the veins you're supposed to have there. Not cool if they start growing other weird ones. If you guys want to start seeing vascularity, and I think it's easier for older people because as we get older, like the collagen in the skin, the skin gets thinner. So I think that's why you see a lot of the older guys, they look so veiny. But it is body fat percentage. So if you start getting down below like 15% body fat, you'll start seeing vascularity pretty good. 23% body fat is okay. So I think 20 is like healthy for most men. You almost lost my phone's been on 1% for 10 minutes. I just plugged in. Oh, damn. Yeah, I think, honestly think for most men, for a good, healthy, sustainable lifestyle, 20% is like good. For me, I don't know. I'm just lean. I don't know. I don't really, I do watch my calories, so there is that, but I do also do intermittent fasting. But I'm not on any particularly special diet or anything. I'll still eat the hell out of ice cream. I guess when you maintain a weight class, I've been 220 for like 10 years. You just kind of get to know yourself, and like I just stop eating when I'm, what I mean. I don't know. Genetics maybe. Do you stretch often? Yeah. I have days where all I do is stretching. But never. I don't stretch until after I'm done lifting. Warm up before lifting, stretching afterwards. I mean, you have to stretch, otherwise you lose that mobility. Like there's guys that can't even touch their toes. Uh, you can like tie their shoes standing up. Stuff like that. You want to keep that mobility when you get older. The second you stop, that's when you start seeing us walk around like we're. We got 4 of that set. That shit's getting heavy. Is your garage heated? I do have heaters, but they're not on right now because I get hot when I'm squatting. That's my second set of 525. First one I got 5. This one I got 4. 4 is the minimum. It says between 4 and 6 is what the program says. So I'm gonna have to dig deep this last set. Whew, it's heavy. That's a lot. This is a spicy meatball. How was my depth on those? I know the first one felt a little high. I know one of them I felt like I buried it pretty good. Usually when you're doing sets, it's okay if you're like a little high on the end reps, but you really want to make sure you bury that first one because that's what you have on the platform is 1. Look good to you guys? Cool. With squatting, is vision kind of tunneling and looking static? Yes. So when you have that much weight on your back, you're focused. Like that's all you're not even thinking about it. You're just there. Like you could probably maybe someone could come in the garage and start shooting a rifle off, and that would stop me. But like when we're at the competitions, everybody's cheering. They're like, I don't hear any of it. I'm zoned. So I am off balanced. That's due to an injury that I had. I had a really severe back injury, so I do have a slight imbalance. It's kind of one of those things, I'm just used to it. Have you ever tried ripping apart a telephone book? No, but I'll tell you what, it's impressive those guys that can do it. There's got to be a little bit of a technique to get it started, though, I'm guessing. There's good ways to bail a squat if you get stuck. What about failing a squat? Well, that's the thing. So, unless you're PRing so much that it's something you can't handle and you have no business being under that much weight, you probably got a weight that if you can't get all the way up, you probably could still walk it out and go down with it, right? So what we practice and preach is stay with the bar, go down, control it down as much as you can, and lean into the rack. Let the rack catch the weight. Um, Ideally, you'd have spotters. I don't have one. I guess I could open the garage and holler at some homeless people and see if they'll come in the garage and help me out or something. But thank you, Liam. 225 bench good at 17. I would say absolutely. I didn't have a 225 bench at 17. I can tell you that much. 225 is a good bench, man. That puts you in the top 5% of strength of men on the planet. So, and that includes lifters and non-lifters, like all men. That you're in the top 5% if you can bench press 225. Pretty good place to be, if you ask me. I think the angle of view makes it look like it's leaning more than it actually is. Joker. Yeah, no, it is. I do have a lean. I have a lean. But the way the rules are, as long as the bar goes down and goes up without a change in direction, it's legal. So I have a pretty consistent up and down, so it hasn't been an issue for me. Spotters and safeties there to prevent death, but they're anyway to prevent injury with solo squatting. I actually ran the spotting crew for the USPA here in Nevada for a while, so I was the head spotter. Usually I took the back spot position, and the way we would set up is you got your squatter here where I'm standing. I would put my hand on his back to let him know I'm there, and then I would get in a football stance. And I would go down with him, and if he bails, I'm going to shoot under, and I'm going to catch him and bring him up. That way, if he bails the weight backwards, I catch it in my arms. And then you got two side spotters that are there to help pick it up as well. And everybody's instructed to stay with the weight. If you dump the weight, you'll get kicked out of the meet. I mean, they've made exceptions for people that just kind of, like they lost their footing. If it's not intentional, they won't kick you out of the meet. But if you're one of those guys that you just bail the weight, because you could potentially really harm your back spotter when you do that. Can you do 20 push-ups in a row? I hope so. I'm going to get bench 405 pounds. What do you eat for these intense regimes? I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes when I'm at a meet, if I'm about to do a really big lift, I'll eat like an entire sleeve of Oreo cookies. We got ZCF the Reverend. What's up? Yeah, I do mostly intermittent fasting, so I haven't really eaten yet today. I've had a couple of snacks. So after I get done with the workout, I'll probably make a sandwich or something. Something new I heard. Yeah, you learn the true secrets. Powerlifters, man. First meet I went to, this guy, I'd never seen a 600-pound deadlift before, and this cat was attempting one, and he got it, and I was blown away. It was a small local meet, so this is the first introduction to powerlifting. So when I saw a 600-pound deadlift, I was amazed. I thought, like, God, this guy's going to be the strongest guy in the world. And in between his first and second set, he was in the back eating a package of double stuffed Oreos. And he ate the whole thing. This guy crammed that entire package down. I couldn't believe it. I was like, is that? And here I am with like chicken breast and salad, and like I'm looking at him. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Like maybe, give me some Oreos, bitch. So I was like, that, it kind of makes sense. So if you're going for a max effort rep, and you're rested, because there's a lot of time in between the different lifts in competition where you're kind of sitting around. You know, you got your warm-ups, then you get ready. Well, I mean, what burns the fastest? Simple sugars that are easily digestible. You're going to have a crash afterwards, but all you need is that one lift, right? Um, so, yeah, why not? Cram some donuts down and get after it. And then afterwards, you could take a nap. Squatting by yourself, is there a certain way to fall, like go limp, or just hope you don't get injured? No, you really, really, really want to try to stay with the weight as much as you can. Like you want to fight that sucker down into the. Yesterday when I did my bench press, I did an AMRAP. I did 315 for a set of 8, or maybe it was the day before. On my last set, I was not able to rack it, so I had to set it on the safeties. I controlled it all the way down, and I fought it safely and gently into the safeties, as opposed to just bailing on it, because I didn't want to like hit my chin, or just anything could go wrong. So you just really want to stay and control that weight as much as you can, and if you're not able to, you maybe want to look at like how big of jumps you're taking. If you're going to train alone, you shouldn't be taking jumps that are so big that you're just unable to control the weight. It doesn't happen. I'm sure it does. I mean, I've pinned myself on more than one occasion. But I would say, generally speaking, you should be able to control the weight. Ian, what's up? How much weight will break your rack? No, well, so far I've had 700 pounds on it, and it seems like it's held up pretty good. Now, for all you guys that say my rack is rickety, which it is, like I actually once a week check all the screws to make sure they're snug. So even though it's not going anywhere, I've had that rack for over a decade now. What are the benefits of fasting? Flakimbo. There's a lot. There's a lot of benefits, especially if you can get to that roughly that 14-hour mark on your fast, is when your body starts secreting different hormones, and it goes into what's called autophagy. Now, in simplest of terms, essentially what your body is now doing is it's turned into a scavenging furnace, where it's going to like start recycling all the damaged lipids and proteins and all the shit in your blood. It's going to start scavenging those, and it starts cleaning out your system. So the longer you can stay in that, it's really awesome for people that are diabetic, or they have like certain conditions. It really helps, like it'll help clean your system out. It'll lower your blood pressure. There's a ton of benefits of fasting. It helps clean your system out if you've got what do you call it, immunodeficiencies or immune disorders. There's so many benefits to fasting. It's unbelievable what it can do for you. Like I was thinking about, after this meet, doing like 100-hour fast, like, because I have gastrointestinal issues where I'll blow up like a puffer fish if I eat the wrong foods. I look like I'm pregnant, and people are like, "Oh, it's steroid gut," and it's like, no, it's bloating. Normally I walk around pretty shredded, but like if I eat the wrong thing, I'll literally look like I'm pregnant. I'm thinking if I do like 100-hour fast, I'll clear all that out, and it'll give the body a chance to regenerate. The last time I did a 72-hour fast, and I did an experiment where I worked out on the 35 hours into it, and I did all 3 exercises: squat, bench, and deadlift, and I was able to complete all of them with like a RPE 8, and I still had energy to spare. It was one of the most amazing workouts, and I have that on video too. It's under one of my playlists. Will fasting make you gay? You mean gayer? Yeah, 1940s equipment. You wish you had my equipment, Ian. Fast every other day, no muscle loss. Hey, I do intermittent fasting pretty much every day, and I'm making gains. chemo. It's a stupid question on my part. Well, what is? I didn't think. Does fasting include no water, or do you still drink? Oh yeah, yeah. Um, I still drink coffee, black coffee. Pretty much as long as it's got 0 calories, you're not going to break your fast. I mean, some people say like if you take vitamins, you're breaking your fast, and it's been my experience. Like, uh, you could still have black coffee as long as it's got no creamer or nothing like that. Or if you drink tea, you can do that. Uh, some people are super strict. Um, some people have. I don't. I would stay away from broths because broths do contain fats and like digestible materials. Just leaving the Lifetime gym in Phoenix. Been going steady for 4 months. Still learning a lot. Normally drink protein shake with a scoop of creatine. You recommend anything after a workout, Tyler? Um, see, I've really not been strict with the whole like protein window thing. Over the years, like when I first started powerlifting, I was super strict. I made sure that anabolic window and all that crap. I was breaking my food up into servings, and then over the years, I kind of just got lazy and I started getting away from it. And one thing I noticed was like it didn't really seem to have any impact on the gains I made. The majority of the impact was based on the intensity and regularity of my training, the amount of sleep I was able to get, and my overall macros of my diet. So it didn't really seem to matter when I ate as long as I ate. Does that make sense? Like I could have one meal a day and still have the same results as if I was eating all day long. Uh, it didn't seem to really matter for me. Uh, but it sounds like you're on the right track, Tyler. I mean, you're going. The biggest thing is consistency, how often you go, and then the next best thing is going to be the intensity, how much you bring to the workout. Everything else is going to be, it's all like, it all adds up, of course. What's your typical diet each week, Vlad? Well, I eat a ton of eggs, obviously, because we have chickens. I try to eat a lot of meat. I have a protein to carb ratio of about 1 to 3, 1 being protein, 3 being carbs. For carbs, I'm usually eating rice, potatoes, real simple, like noodles. We eat a lot of like Japanese noodles, udon, ramen, that kind of thing. 5 or 10 grams of creatine a day. Let me see. Probably about 7. Dry scooping I'm not sure why you would do that to yourself, but some people think it looks cool, I guess. You just put it in a shake, you drink it. Like, I don't know why you dry scoop it. It's proven anything more than 5 to 8 grams of creatine a day after loading phase has no additional benefits. Yeah, but there was a couple of interesting studies that came out that were suggesting that if you took 12 grams a day, it has some benefits, some cognitive benefits. I thought those were really interesting studies. Um, do you drink beer? No, I haven't had an alcoholic beverage since 2013. Jack, what's up? Jack the Beanstalk. Is a 345-pound deadlift good for a 15-year-old? That's amazing for a 15-year-old. That's crazy, actually. That's really good. I don't like chugging 3 cups of water to get every last bit of creatine out of the cup. I don't do a loading phase. Yeah, I don't really either. I took creatine to help me heal from a concussion. That's interesting. When you little Mr. Ian, you don't have a choice. Max squat is 315. That's really good. 315 for a 15-year-old? What's your weight, Samson? Probably for the best. I'm thinking about quitting beer. Um, I had to. I'm an alcoholic, so I can't drink. 178. So you're 178 pounds with a 315 squat and a 315 deadlift. That's pretty damn good. Do you play any sports or even football or anything like that? 345 and ain't much. I picked up 100 pounds like it was nothing when I was 15. For a 15-year-old, statistically speaking, that's a really good squat. I don't, hydration powder. Actually, there is a brand I recommend. Hold on, I have it in my medicine cabinet. We use these at work. This brand is Liquid IV, and then these are really good squinchers. I don't know if you ever heard of squinchers. I know it's backwards on the camera, but you can actually this is like a Gatorade replacement. You can add these to water. These are really good. They have like the proper electrolytes in them. They think to include potassium and magnesium. This is Liquid IV is what I would give guys when they're showing signs of heat illness here in the desert. It gets really hot and dry in the summertime. So, that's one of the things we do is monitor the guys working out in the field. Now the squinchers you can have. Oh, and they also make freezer pops too. All right, I'm about to do my last set here. None is a great hydration tab, less sugar than Liquid IV. Oh, I'll have to check that out. We're always looking for better brands because I order those for the guys, so I'm in charge of purchasing them. So if there's a better brand than Liquid IV, I would absolutely be open to checking it out. A barbell is not a dumbbell. Dude, it's just, sometimes people just say stuff, dude. So I picked up 200 pounds easy at 15, so by your math, I could deadlift 600 plus. You guys are, dude, what was I doing at 15? I was doing a lot of skating, smoking cigarettes, larceny. We were doing a lot of larceny, so that's a sport. Do you have a team? I did. I belonged to a USPA team here in Vegas, but everybody moved. Although we're having a reunion this meet, March 15th. One of the guys, one of my teammates is coming back to participate. Went from have 13 and a half arms to 15. Nice. Dude, 15-inch arms, that's legitimate for a 15-year-old, brother. You're doing good. Sonia, I don't speak that English, I don't speak that language, but welcome. Bro's a dumbass. Forgot to add within a year. Within a year, man, that's wow. Nice. How long did it take me to pick 315 up? I didn't, not too long. But I started late. I started at like the age of 40. I guess I was lifting heavy, but I was more like a bro lifter. Just like we'd like do stupid shit like rack the cable machine out. Like, okay. What made you quit booze? A very comically sad string of incidents, which got for increasingly worse every time I went out and drank. And then, me having kids that were, my son was just born. I had to get sober. It was like, there was no other way. I was going to die. Like I was that bad. I was that guy. And then I drank pretty much all of my adult life ever since when I joined the Marine Corps all the way up to 2013. I was just, I drank. That's what I did. And now I don't. Thank God. 15 when I was showing my face with whatever I could see was on a seafood diet. I saw it and I ate it. Yeah. Why don't you put an eagle, globe, and anchor flag in your gym? You know what? I need to buy a Marine Corps flag. I got one on the outside on my driveway. So I need to get another one for inside the garage. 43 inches. That's pretty good. I don't really, I've never measured. I don't know my dimensions. People are like, how many inches are your arms? I'm like, I don't know. Last time I was here, you said you were going for a world record. Did you end up getting it? No, that'll be March 15th is when I compete. You can't get world records unless you have judges there, and we'll have international judges at this competition. I'm gonna try to live stream it. How old am I? 50. LY. Your live stream is addictive. Thank you. I appreciate that, Sarah. Only us mods, people who have funny comments, can bully Ian. Guys, leave Ian alone. He's a good dude. I appreciate it, BK. Yes, sure. Dunning-Kruger. Oh, snap. Damn, he busted out the Dunning-Kruger. You know, we do try to keep it light and friendly. Never malicious. People poke fun of me all the time. And I'm not going to say it never bothers me, but for the most part, it's lighthearted and fun. Alright, here's my last set, guys. Then I gotta go right into deadlifting. And it's already 10 o'clock. Holy shit. I knew this one was going to be late. I would have actually skipped training but if it wasn't so imperative. All right, hold on, let me run to the bathroom real quick. All the tea in China. All right. Last set. Vlad, I can bench 900 pounds with your math. Do we have our feelings in the chat? I was trying to make 350-pound deadlift sound easy, but the Ian guy got mad. Come on, guys. It's all fun, right? You honestly, I'm pulling my country boy card here because when I was 13, I was bucking 100-pound hay bales. See, there you go, right there. Your max bench is 225. So let's see. You said you're 15. You weigh 178 pounds. 315 squat, 315 deadlift, 225 bench. I see absolutely no reason, Samson, why you should not go buy a singlet and some wrist wraps and enter a local competition in the USPA and compete, because those are really good numbers for your age. And while you could likely pick up a state record because you'll be competing in juniors, it won't be world records, but it's a very competitive total. And you can only go up from there. It's a very solid base of strength. Good, nice, round starting numbers. And you could do a lot. Vlad the Kebabber. Yeah, Vlad's all right. He's just playing around. I think. I hope so. I hope you guys are all playing. Where you going, Ian? Don't you go anywhere, boy. Good night, Ian. All right. Last set. It's not my back. It's my knees that are saying, please stop. I still gotta do 2 sets of deadlifts. Fuck me with a fir tree. Let me see here. 570. Fuck. Patella straps. Yeah, I use those when I do Muay Thai training. My guts are gonna pop out of the hole. Hell yeah. Actually, it felt like my head was gonna pop off. Thank you, Eddie Absent Jarl. That was my 3rd set. Yeah, the 3rd rep felt the best. I knew I wasn't hitting depth the first 2. So I was like, all right, let's get this. Gotta get 1 under. But yeah, so I don't wear those patella straps. I use them when I do kickboxing. Yeah. They might be in the bedroom. I got all sorts of little... Oh, here's one. So this one, this is a double strap. So it goes on the top and the bottom of the knee. Like such. And it's got the padding here. And then these 2 pads compress the side of the knee. So it goes, it goes on like that. And then I have a single one that I wear on this side. I needed a double strap for the knee that I had surgery on. Because I get pain on the top of my patella. And it helps just that little bit of compression. Have you almost passed out during a lift holding your breath? Deadlift once. I did a deadlift. I was trying to do 685 in competition. And I got it up to my knees. I thought I had it. I was going to break the national record. Just couldn't. I got stuck in my knees. And I fought it for a second. And then when I dropped it, I was standing there and I started like seeing spots. I'm like, that's why they have a back spotter in deadlifts. They don't have side spotters, obviously. But there's one guy that's supposed to stand right behind you, so if you pass out, he catches you. That's his job. Just to catch you if you pass out. All right. I need to start doing pull-ups for programming. It's been a couple of weeks. Pull-ups are good, man. Body weight, add weight, doesn't matter. Pull-ups, we do them every day. My dad's max deadlift was 500. Nice. So for somebody that doesn't compete in powerlifting, a 500-pound deadlift is amazing. So I'll be loading up 570 pounds. Where's my deadlift bar? This here's a Texas deadlift bar. Now we use in competition, we use a kabuki bar. And the difference is the kabuki bar's got a little bit more flexibility in it. I don't like it. I like the Texas bar better. Because the problem with the kabuki bar is when you pull it off the ground really fast, the weight kind of whips up a little bit. And if you're a sumo squatter, it really throws you off. It's if you can get used to it, you can actually use the momentum of the weight to help you lock it out. And one of the things I admire about the USAPL is that they don't use different barbells. They use just a power bar for everything. California knows how to party. This is a Titan power bar. It's a 30 millimeter. I like it because it doesn't flex for squatting. Alright, so the beauty of doing deadlifts right after squats is you're warmed up already. You just go right into it. Similar genetics as Arnold. Nice. I would say if I'm built like anybody, if I'm famous, maybe a little bit like Ed Cohen. He was bigger than me, but the proportions of similar dimensions as him. When you do real man work, get back to me, bro. Damn! What are we talking about here? Talking about 16, never touched the gym. Train with 380 pounds, jump straight to max at 560. Damn. That's pretty badass. I do farm work every day, boy. Why is that in quotes? Did you watch White Lotus? Oh, yes. Yeah, we did. Yeah. Yep. You are built like you, and that's best for you, Asura. Yeah. No, but what? So the reason we make the comparison is because you look like a guy like Ed Cohn, who is largely considered like the greatest powerlifter of all time, and most lifters have like an advantage or a disadvantage. Like Eddie Hall, for example, he's built for squatting. That guy's a squat machine, even though he doesn't highlight the squatting in a lot of his in his professional. He's also built for pressing. He's just got the dimensions that give him advantages for like every lift. He's like the unicorn of lifting. He's just perfectly dimensioned. His arms aren't too long. They're not too short. He doesn't have any major disadvantages. And that's why you look at a guy like Thor, who's 12 feet tall, and every lift is disadvantaged for him, and he's just that much of a monster. Like it's... Are you preparing for competition? 0. Yeah, on the 15th of March. I got 4 more weeks. Damn, Vlad and Jarl are getting into it. What the hell, man? Dude's still coming at me, and I figured putting it in quotes would have the reader read it with "you got soft hands" guy's voice. I got you. Hey, Vlad. Let's give it a rest, okay? Like, I mean, I feel like there's a little bit of tension between you and my moderator, and like you seem like a cool dude. I don't want it to get stupid. Let's just squash it. Pick on me. I'm an easy target. I mean, look at the way I'm dressed, for Christ's sake. Jimmy B, 190 bench, 380 squat, was 18, weight 145. Damn good. That's really good. Hell yeah, get back into it. I would do something real simple like a starting strength 5x5. Hey, is the stream choppy? Are you guys having issues with the stream? The military, them boys do 10 push-ups and you ain't built for farm work. Damn. Okay. It's a little choppy on my phone. That's what I was wondering. All right. I guess I could have left these weights on the ground. I'll do one warm-up set at 495 just to make sure everything's moving right. And then we'll jump up to 570. Man, I got these hand wraps all over the damn garage. All right. Oh, you know what? I can take these shoes off. You don't want to be squat shoe deadlifting. You can, but it just gives you a little bit more of a disadvantage. It's better to be connected to Mother Earth. There we go. I wish we had a Discord server. So I actually started a Discord server, and I would be open to starting another one. The problem is, I have a really bad habit of not getting online like I should. So, you know, because of my work schedule and everything. So it's hard for me to keep up with like the online servers. But I would definitely, I'll start another one. If I do start a Discord server, what do you think the theme would be? Thank you, Matthew. Yeah, dude, everybody here is cool. Flexing about the military because the shoe shining grandpa wanted a free scholarship. I know, what are we talking about? Now I'm starting to give you the squinty eye there, Vlad. I'm being super friendly and trying to warn you in the friendliest possible way that I'm over this conversation, Vlad. Are you picking up what I'm putting down, brother? We like you here, you know what I mean? Let's see if you can read between the lines. Let me know about the Discord server. I can help out. Yeah. So I'll get on Signal, maybe not tonight, but tomorrow morning, and then we'll talk about it. A military warrior started powerlifting would be an amazing theme. Ain't no way Vlad's still coming after me. He's still talking shit, but I'm kind of like, I know you're just playing around. I just want to make sure because I start seeing some things I didn't think were too funny. Did you see Mufasa? You have a brother. Well, I was adopted, so it's possible, Furio. You never know. All right. Good. Man, after fucking doing 3 sets of those squats, I would normally just be relaxing, and now I'm like, oh shit, I still gotta do deadlifts. No time for love, Dr. Jones. Oh, I forgot to put my belt on. All right. Like them all. I didn't appreciate the comments on my family, to be honest. Yeah, I know. That's kind of like... I saw that, and I was just kind of staying out of it. Yeah, you can make fun of the military. I just want to make sure that we're keeping it, like, above the belt. You know what I mean? Especially when we're talking about families. Thank you, Furio. All right. Working weight, 570. Check my math. I'm a Marine. That's 570, right? 4.5, 475, 4, 540, 550. Yeah, that's 570. All right. Accidental rage bait. A 4-wheeler makes you a farmer. I guess if you have it on a farm, it does. Well, I've been hinting for the last 10 minutes. We're not picking up what I'm putting down. What's up, JT? What's your favorite flavor of crayon? Oh man, there's too many. They all look delicious. But recently, I've been dabbling in paint markers. Yeah. Oh, but it's cool. Just says everybody just chill. Do you like any sports besides powerlifting? Hell yeah, man. I love combat sports. I used to play basketball at a collegiate level, believe it or not. My short little white ass could dunk a basketball with 2 hands. I can still shoot pretty good. Can't I just block? Hey, Christina, it's up to you, baby. You look like a warrior. Thank you. I like American football. I'm not huge on soccer, or as outside of America football. Cricket's pretty cool. Let me think. What else? Basketball recently, like the last few years, I feel like it's turned into a sport I don't recognize. Like when you got all your big guys shooting 3-pointers and there's no inside game anymore, it's just like, and everybody's flopping around. Hockey's awesome. Yeah, that's right. What's up, Russia? Alex G. Did you watch Sean Strickland? I saw the highlights of it. And Sean's my favorite fighter, by the way. Sean and Alex Pereira. Cricket, I don't know why. Cricket I'm fascinated by. Like I'm just flipping through the channels and cricket's on and I'll just watch it and I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I have no idea what he's doing, but it looks amazing. American football is scripted. uh, yeah, maybe. But back in the day when I was growing up, it wasn't, and it was something to behold. They were warriors back in the 80s and 90s. Uh, what's your opinion of the drunk night last Saturday? I'm not following Furio. I cannot stand Conor McGregor Petrie. I understand it's an act, but I'm starting to think that he's what started out as an act, he's morphed into. He's become that person, and it's an annoying, narcissistic, infantile egomaniac who hasn't fought in how long? No, there's nothing about him I like. I think he's a horrible example of a man. If you would work out more instead of talking, you would actually be big. Well, thank you, Jamie. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're sharing your concerns with us. We'll note that and we'll keep that in mind. Let's see what Jamie looks like. Go to channel. Well, if that's you, Jamie, I would say that you're hardly one to talk because it doesn't look. The only thing it looks like you've worked out is your mouth. I love it when people that have never lifted in their life give guys that are like ranked elite level power lifters advice on how to train. Thank you. I'm glad you're here, buddy. I'm sure you know all about it. He hasn't fought in 3 to 5 years. Yeah, he hasn't fought in a while. I mean, it's great. Look, there's no argument to his abilities as a martial artist. Top. I mean, he was like one of the best all-around martial artists that ever fought in the UFC. No argument there. As a person, he's a piece of shit. You like Islam Makhachev? Yeah, actually I do. Take all the controversy out of it. I like his fighting style. I like that whole group of Dagestanians. Is that how you say it? Not even trying to glaze. He's more jacked in his 50s than you are in prime. Oh yeah, no, I'm not. Jamie's all right. People just say stupid shit. It's all good. Do you have any competition in your weight class you have to worry about when you compete in March? No, not. There's nobody anywhere near me. However, there's this one guy that I've been competing with. He's 2 years younger than me, so I've got 2 years where I don't have to worry about him. His name is Vasil Gustarev. And every single year I competed in my 40s, I was in second place to this dude on the. You guys can check him out on Instagram. He's an amazing lifter. In my weight class, the only lift that I could beat him at is squat. He's got like a 460 pound bench, 800-pound deadlift. The guy's amazing. But he's not 50 yet, so I don't have to worry about him for like a year or two. No, Aspinall, yeah, Pereira and Aspinall. I like both those guys. You know who I really like? I know he's not really relevant anymore, but I really like Wonder Boy. It's like as a really good example of a fighter and a person, just like so that's really cool to be around. Yeah, artificially flavored. Hell yeah. Vasil's not even fair. He comes from 265 down to 220. Yeah, I don't know how he does it. It's incredible. I saw a video of Connor tweaking while learning how to shoot an MP5. Stephen Thompson. Yeah, I really like Stephen Thompson. I'm not into MOA, but I like to train combat because I love the pain. Hey, dude, it's good. It's good to have something where, I don't know, it forces you to push your limits. That's the one thing about powerlifting is it'll teach you that you are stronger than you thought you were. It'll make you, I don't know, there's a bunch of good stuff about, there's a bunch of bad about everything, there's a bunch of good about everything, but the good thing about powerlifting is it'll make you dig deep, and you'll realize that you are, there's a strength inside of you that you're not even aware that you can tap into. And once you know that you can do that, it's life-changing. How many reps you going with that bar at this weight? Let me see. The program is calling for 3 to 6 reps, minimum 3, maximum 6. So I guess it's go time because it's getting late. It's almost 11 o'clock. Holy shit! I started this stream late and I knew it was gonna go. Even if I just did my proper rest, which is like 6 to 10 minutes in between sets, it would have taken 2 hours to do this training. And then talking to you guys, it takes longer, but I got started way too late tonight. I'm gonna have to get the straps. My grip was slipping. I don't know if I could hold it for 3 reps. Fuck, where are they? Shit. I need to organize, guys. Son of a bitch. I don't have all night for this. Shit. Damn it. Well, screw it. Let's just dig deep. Alright. This is family friendly. We're all like siblings here, and the streamer is our guardian. Think he could do 40 press-ups. You talking about push-ups? Hell yeah, easily. I'm Welsh, not from Pakistan. Alec Hughes. Well, welcome. Actually, McGregor's not married either, so you cannot judge on the cheating. Well, if he's in a committed relationship, you know, you either are or you aren't. Deadlift is a dirty game. Opinion on Sam Sillick. You know, he's absolutely not natural. I don't think he's, I don't think he ever claimed to be either. But no, he's Sam's living his best life, man. He's young. He's getting after it. I don't know if I necessarily agree with his lifestyle, but I mean, who am I to judge? You know. Opinion on Khabib about his character and combat. I think Khabib is an excellent example of what a man should be, both inside and outside of the ring. I like him as a person all around. He's a man of faith. He believes, you know, and he believes. He was a good son. He's a good brother. He's a good teacher. And he's a man of character, you know. And whether you agree with I don't agree necessarily with all of his principles, but I do respect that he tries to adhere to them. You know what I mean? He tries to walk the talk. I did not know that he married his cousin. You ruptured your pec. Damn, that sucks. Now I bench press 40 kilograms and 50 kilograms and 60. How did you rupture your pectoral muscle? That's crazy. All right, I cannot find my straps, and I can't. I'm just gonna have to dig deep, boys. See if I can hold this shit. Well, baby. Oh, you know what I can do? I can knock some of that chalk off the bar. If I can find this will work. Sometimes you knock the chalk off the bar, it gets a little better. A little better grip. Can't hold on to it, it's slipping. Shit! I guess what I could do is just bust a bunch of singles out. I need to do reps. I gotta do that for like 3 reps, but I'm having a hard time holding on to the bar. Well, I guess, okay, here's what I'll do. I'll do a couple of speed reps. Or, Bob, you still in the chat? Speed reps on deadlifts are underrated. Yeah. I wonder, maybe I should lower the weight a little bit and try. Yeah, that's what I'll do with Sarah. then we'll just bust an AMRAP out. Because usually, last few competitions I opened with 610 pounds. That was my opening lift. Ooh, 500 milligrams of sustanon. That's a lot. I'd probably be doing like 250. Do you ever crack your knuckles? No, I don't. Is that something I should be doing? How much weight is on the bar? Right now, that's 500 and, 485. 500 and 35? 485, that's 50. 75, 80, 50. 535. 535 pounds. I had 570 on there and I just lowered it. And I did 2. I mean, it moved really easy. That wasn't the issue. It's just my grip was slipping. So when I went for the second, when I was lowering the weight, it was sliding out of my hand. 600 is really good, Asura. I mean, so my max in competition is 670. But no, saying that 600 is legitimate. Like, that's a lot of weight. Yeah. Dude, the squat days are long workouts, man. All right, last set. It's either going or it ain't. Oh, shit. Hold on. Give me a minute. My head's not there. God damn it. All right. I need to focus. My head's not in the game. It's like, I don't want to do it anymore. It's like, you ever just get to a point where you're like, I'm done with this. The squats killed me. Come on, I got one more set of me. You don't want your weight wobbly, scoot them. This with the bar, the way it flexes, it'll just it'll slide out. All right, come on. Let's get angry. compressor of. Whew. Okay. I feel a little better. I had no problem holding that one. I think I got it more on my palm. I think I was holding it too far down in my hands. I got this one wrapped better. Vlad, what's up? It's a different Vlad. Doing good. Whew. That's yes, sir. Oh man. Yeah, AC, my compressor. That one's, I'm making a short out of that one when it's done compiling. Whew. Okay, I feel redeemed now. I hit 525 for 3 solid sets, and I got one good working set. Gorilla God King. Yeah. Are steroids safe to consume? No. Can they be consumed safely? Yes. Nothing is 100% safe. But if you work with a doctor, a professional, and you get your blood work done regularly, and you pay attention to your health markers like your blood pressure and that kind of thing, you can, for short periods of time, I gotta be careful here. I don't want to advocate the use of steroids, but it's a very nuanced conversation. Nothing's all good or bad. It's okay to crack anything but neck and back. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So, I sure love consuming steroids. Right on. American Kratos, I appreciate your answer. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think what I'm doing, I'm not going to say what I'm doing is risk-free, but I'm certainly not trying to die. I mean, I have kids, I want to be around for them. Steroid pills, well, they're kind of, I mean, there is, but will you do another set? No, I'm done, man. Like, that's probably too much volume already. I love consuming uranium-235. From the river to the sea, Palestine and Kurdistan will be free. Yeah, thanks to Donald Trump. All right, guys. On that note, it is 11 o'clock. That was a hell of a workout. I'm glad you guys stuck with me. Man, it's brutal. That was the hardest one so far. Let's see what the next one looks like real quick before I leave. So, today was Tuesday, February 18th. My next workout is Thursday. And I'll be doing bench press, 310 for 4 to 6. 3 sets of 6. That's not bad. So the frequency of the workouts I'm going down considerably in this third week. My next squat day is not till Saturday, and that'll be 530 for 6 reps, and then deadlift whatever I do for 8 reps. So it's just an AMRAP for both of those. Yeah, they actually looks like the workouts get a little easier. The volume goes down, the weight goes up. And then week 4, that's when we start getting really heavy. I'll be doing 555 for sets of 3. Squat, I have to go 580 for a couple. And then week 5 is where it gets really stupid. I'll be doing 600 for a set of 4. Whew, that's going to tell everything you right there. When I do 600 pounds for 4 reps, that's going to tell you everything you need to know. I'm either going to get the national records or I'm not. If I can do 600 pounds for 4 reps, I will absolutely get the national records. If I can't do it, we'll see. We will see. You're talking about uranium. Um, thanks, Joker. Sleeping boost testosterone. Best rest to come back and monster. Go to sleep. Absolutely. Yes, sir. I love you guys. I really do mean that. You guys have been awesome tonight. That was the hardest workout so far. And I think I'm going to go die now. I wonder if I got the 7,000 subs yet. Well, either way, it doesn't matter. All right, guys. I will see you on the battlefield. So it says my next workout's not till Thursday, but Thursday's my sparring day, so I think I might do that on Wednesday instead. Wait, today's Tuesday, right? Shit. Maybe I'll wait till Friday. I don't know. It looks like I got a day or two of leeway this week. Because I'm supposed to work out Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. And on my off days, I like to do heavy bag work or whatever. So, all right. Good night, guys.